Welcome back to Famous Reality TV, and I just wanted to come to you all today to talk about Basketball Wives Season 9, Episode 6. It was pretty much off to a slow start. Everybody was still pondering after the conversations between Kristen and OG and Malaysia and OG. And at this point, you all know that OG had got into it with Jennifer. Not so much that she disagreed that OG had experienced colorism. She just says that she pretty much did not experience it for herself within this group. So Jennifer has just decided to sit back in the cut and not even try to get too involved because she doesn't want to say the wrong thing or make it feel as though she is not in support of OG. Which I do feel like that Jennifer was in support of OG at first, and OG is pretty much in this house by herself at this point. She really doesn't have any support. Jackie is feeling some type of way after OG stated that everybody has been displaying colorism. So Jackie is like, I'm not a colorist. I have never been a colorist in my life. And I've been trying to get you all to talk, and you don't want to do it, so I just feel like I'm wasting my time. So they have Shaunie. She decided to leave. Of course, Evelyn is going along with her. And Shaunie is like, this stuff is not working. I don't have time for this. It's other things that we could be talking about that's more important. And I have to disagree with her about that. Contrary to their beliefs, that OG has experienced colorism or not. The fact that she stated that colorism is not an important topic at the moment, it actually is, because colorism is so closely rooted to racism, and that is one of the main things that we are facing right now in America. We have had protests all over the country after the George Floyd shooting, as well as a lot of other killings of black people, and that is based on the color of your skin. So when people say racism, we do have to open our eyes to see that it's not so much about race. It is. Some people do, hate African Americans. They hate Chinese. They hate this and that. But the main issue here in the United States is not so much about race, what people fail to realize. It is about color. You have black in all different nationalities. So it's not so much about the race right now. It is about color. So colorism is an important issue to talk about right now in this moment. Now, OG made a statement saying that she too has displayed colorism. And I was trying to figure out what did she mean by this. Jennifer was thrown off by it. I was as well. I'm like, how have you displayed colorism? So she was like, we do have a lot of issues. I have some issues, and there is colorism going on in this group. So maybe she wasn't saying that she displays colorism against anybody else. She's saying that, yes, she does have an issue, and colorism is that issue. So it seems as though Jackie is trying to allude to, of course, the point that she disagrees that there's colorism within the group. And she's now moving more so towards that even OG has not experienced colorism. So we can't really tell a person what they have experienced or what they want to call it. Jackie is like, do you want to call it something else? Things of that nature. Looking at the past and when OG came on this show, as I stated in a previous video about this situation, OG was talked about, as I stated, from her head to her toes, like literally. And after you do someone like that, and even the fact that Malaysia is sitting up there acting as though she's dumbfounded about it. You remember talking about her breast and her clothing, and she was right along with them. And that's just the thing with me about Malaysia. Like, they have done the same thing that they're doing, or that they did to OG, to Malaysia as well. She just happens to end up, getting back on some neutral ground with Evelyn or Shaunie, but I think they still don't look at Malaysia as an equal, period, in my eyes. So, and then the fact that they are showing flashbacks of OG talking about Malaysia bleaching her skin and other things like that. All of these flashbacks that they are showing about OG saying anything pretty much negative about these women has been way after the fact. after she has been ganged up upon by Evelyn, Shaunie, Malaysia, and anybody else, Kristen, all of those who had all of the jokes to say about her hair, about her clothing, about her toes, about like, of course she's gonna be coming with some clapback and some comebacks after all of that, after she was being nice. And then when she started being mean or everybody seems to be so hurt and heartbroken because Shaunie left and Evelyn left. And I didn't see all of these people so heartbroken when these same women ridiculed and mocked Tammy Roman along with a lot of these other basketball wives. Like Jackie did not break her neck to say, well, they're trying or they're this, they're that. Don't act this way towards them or anything. Jackie goes above and beyond for Shaunie and Evelyn. Although she may not see it, she always tries to bring people back to the point where they basically have to kiss their ass to have the recognition or the respect that they should already be due. So what happened differently with OG, contrary to all of the other women who are no longer on the show, is that she is a fighter. And I don't mean that physically, which she may be a physical fighter, but she only uses her words. And as she stated in this episode, it's an issue. Everybody gets spooked out as though she's going to put her hands on them or they feel offended or like their life is in danger and stuff like that. And as we have seen, Evelyn has thrown tables, drinks, like all type of stuff. And she just gets a pass. And after a year of being hazed, OG is just at the point now where she doesn't even want to be bothered with these women. And for Shaunie to just give up and leave kind of saddened me because she is the ringleader. She needs to be the one herself going over there to speak with OG. Like Kristen going over there speaking with her and Malaysia going over there speaking with her is not going to help anything when the main issue is with Evelyn, the things she says and stuff that she does and she gets away with, and the fact that she is one of Shaunie's best friends. So Shaunie sits there and she lets Evelyn do and say whatever she wants. Now, last year, Shaunie did state that she tells Evelyn stuff behind the scenes. You don't need to tell Evelyn things behind the scenes. You need to tell her things right here in the front of everybody on the camera. So everything is equal. You telling her something behind the scenes does nothing for the group. You're not correcting her. Yeah, everybody wants to correct OG. Shaunie and Evelyn should have gone over there and spoken with OG themselves if they really, really cared. Nobody wants to break the ice. And I don't think OG should be the one to break the ice. Everybody in this group needs to be honest. They really do. And so we hear everybody saying that it's a wrap. Everybody was saying that it was a wrap after Shaunie left, and I believe that they meant that literally because it seems that there is only one episode left in this season. Now, I don't know if that is the mid-season finale or what. I don't know if they were going to try to cancel this show and they let them continue on with it to see if they could talk themselves through and it didn't fall through or what happened, but I really don't know the future of this show at this point. It's going to come down to OG either leaving or choosing to stay because she cannot continue to be in this group if they are not going to be able to come together and she's going to be miserable or having to be separated and isolated and things of that nature. I wouldn't put myself through all of that. So it's going to have to be a conversation between them. Of course, they have a lawsuit going on. So Jackie badgering OG like to change her statement and say, no, maybe it was this, maybe it was that. I don't feel like, she should be doing that. Don't try to change her mind. If she feels like it was colorism, that's what she feels like it was. Maybe all of it wasn't. Maybe some of it was just them bullying her, but you can't tell her specifically what she has experienced or what she is experiencing within this group. So it just pretty much needs to be a conversation between her, Evelyn, and Shaunie. Nothing is probably going to change. If she believes it, she believes it. Nobody is going to change that. So after going through all of that she went through with them, I think she probably needs to do a self evaluation of everything that happened, everything that has ever been said by Evelyn, Shaunie, or any of the other girls, and with a full-blown humble mind and spirit, she should do a check off on, was this colorism or was it bullying? Was it colorism or was it bullying? Was it colorism or was it hazing? Was it colorism or was it bullying? Or is it just plain out colorism? And if it is, and that is what she believes, then she has to make that choice. Then she has to make a choice to either move on from this situation. I don't know how long her contract is, but I don't think there is no going back for them after this. I would be very surprised if so. But the nonchalant attitude that Shaunie Oneal has, I just cannot take. She has had the same attitude for years. She does that to all types of... She has done that to Brandy. She does that to everybody but Evelyn. So I just don't feel like when you wear a producer hat that you should even be on the show if you're going to be so cold to the point where you're giving another castmate leverage to not have to be reprimanded or ridiculed for their faults. So you make the other women feel as though, well, she's going to have her back anyway, so it doesn't matter if she do anything right or wrong because Shaunie is not going to tell her. And that has been the case for years. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode. Let me know what you thought. Let me know what you think about this episode of Basketball Wives. Do y'all think that this show should even continue at this rate? What do you feel like the new girls are bringing to the show? There has already been drama online with OG and these girls. OG is saying that they used her to get onto the show. Will they be OG's replacements after she chooses to leave and the show will continue on? And if they are to become her replacements, I feel as though that may not be a good idea for the show because they may try to talk about OG saying whatever they think they knew about her or whatever maybe they do know about her. And that will still keep OG alive on the show because they have to use her name for a storyline to some degree. So you guys let me know what you feel about that as well. And I just want to say thank you to everybody that has been watching my videos and has subscribed. I'm sure you all did catch that link in my video. It is a gift card. Just a thank you to my loyal supporters. Make sure you all like, comment, share, and subscribe to Famous Reality TV.
I am going to thank you now, thank you good, thank you loud. I am going to thank you now for all that you have done. You really are the cat's meow and a house, so take a bow. I am going to thank you now for all that you have done. I'm not sure what I would do without you, this is true, so that is why I'm thanking you for all that you have done. Generous and kindly too, that is you, hope you knew, so that is why I'm thanking you for all that you have done. Thanks a ton!